The Denver-based Women+ Film Festival brings stories of women from around the world to silver screens in the Mile High City. We visited the week-long festival to check out its mix of short films, documentaries, and feature presentations.
There was a time in my life when I was trying to find what would interest me, what maybe my passion would be. And so many women were teaching me the importance of knowing what's happening in the world with women and the importance of women's stories and the impact of film. And that came together as Women+ Film. Women+ Film is a year-round program of the Denver Film Society. It started in 2006 with just a panel in the Stars Denver Film Festival, and it was so popular that it grew into monthly screenings, and then we added a festival that happens in March. It originated around International Women's Day, and we just expanded on that to make a whole festival around women's stories on the screen and celebrating women filmmakers from behind the camera.
I'm really excited to be back here at the Women+ Film screening series. I really love that they empower women and encourage female filmmakers. It's so important to have a woman's voice in the storytelling in the world. I mean, over half of the population is women. We want to hear our stories told. And we see the lack of women in the stories because most of the stories are written by men. So I think we're seeing a lack of women's touch in film.
With the big studios from 2009 to 2013, 466 movies were made, and only 22 were made by women. That's 4.7%. As far as stories from the screen, 17% of the protagonists were women, and 30% of the speaking parts were made by women.
Camera women, it's 2%. Directors, it's at 7 or 8%. And only, I think, 3 or 4 women have ever been nominated for, Best Director.
The impact of the media on all of us is there, whether we understand that or not. So we love to show movies by women. We think it's really important that we get to see people that are like us on the screen. And also, it's really important to see what's happening with women from all around the world and to see their stories.
I am so proud that the Film Society reaches out to the Middle East, to Asia, to Africa, to South America, Central America. And I know that the ambition of the Film Society is to make these remarkable people, remarkable stories, remarkable films available to everybody in Colorado. Not just for the girls, but for all of society, because you improve the woman, you improve the family, you improve the next generation. And one of the other things I'm very proud of for the Film Society and for the festival is the focus on bringing young kids into filmmaking.
We're doing a young filmmakers workshop that will have a class in pre-production before the festival. They'll spend 3 days at the festival shooting, interviews and B-roll, and then they've got a week following the festival to produce a 2-minute spot.
We're making a video about the Women's Film Festival at the C Film Center.
I hope that what the film will do is get people asking questions.
I think we want to focus mainly on the person and their experiences, but we also want to incorporate the festival as a whole, so how the film affects the festival and how the festival interacts with the film itself.
I think in modern film and television, children are finally getting a chance to say, here's what I see. And here's how I feel. And perhaps most importantly, letting kids tell their story. Because when I was a kid, nobody ever asked me what I thought.
I just love being able to tell a story that I want to tell and not have someone saying you can't do that. I love film just because you can give out so many thematic messages and you can do things that you can't really do just by speaking to them.
We've interviewed the creators of the film festival, and we're going to be filming directors of the films.
The beauty of the festival is nowhere else can you have access to filmmakers like you can at the festival.
Meeting the actual filmmakers, talking to them. How did you come up with this idea? What are you going to do next? What were your challenges? Is there any way I can help? It's just invaluable.
Part of the point of having the festival to me is to inspire people to go out and tell their own story. So We're really excited to provide a platform in Denver.
There's just an energy about it and an empowerment that comes from that, and encouraging the other, future filmmakers. You can wake people up in a massive scale and really inspire them. And so I love that you can use this medium that really does reach a wide audience, and to bring your vision and your heart out there on the big screen.
Stories go back so far to our very roots, and that's how we pass down our culture, that's how we pass down our history, that's how we learn about ourselves and what's happening in our world. I think that film, movies, to me, are the most impactful way of passing on those stories.
Film can influence the way we see the world. Film can influence the way you and I interact. Film can bring about change.